Hey, Tom Matson here. Video number 3 on joint ventures and strategic alliances. Yesterday, I talked about the difference between joint ventures and strategic alliances. The first day, along with the link to your documents, we talked about sharks, dolphins, and carp. Make sure you watch both videos if you haven't already. Today, we're going to introduce you to each of the 8 documents briefly. Today, we're going to talk about the simple documents, and tomorrow, we'll talk about the more advanced documents. The first 6 documents in this package of goodies are fairly simple. The first 3 are what we call non-disclosure agreements, or sometimes you'll hear it as a confidentiality agreement or a confidential disclosure agreement. It's basically a promise by one party to another not to tell anyone else about what's going on, right? So it's like a confidentiality agreement. It restricts who has access. It limits what can be done with the information, and it requires the return of documentation in certain circumstances, and there may be other conditions. You'll see 3 different versions. You can go through them at your own pace. And what I recommend with all of these documents is take the one that's closest to what you want, make a copy, and then work with that copy. And then once you've got it figured out what you want to put in there, take it to an attorney or a lawyer in your jurisdiction and have them polish it for you. And that way you get the best of both worlds. You have a fabulous template and you get local advice to make sure you're protected under those circumstances. Of course, we're not lawyers. We don't pretend to be lawyers. We don't play them on TV. But we have spent a lot of money with lawyers and attorneys to get these documents for you. So hopefully you'll find a good way to do that. The next 2 are joint venture agreements. They spell out the rights, duties, and obligations of the participants in the joint venture. Right? It's how you can ensure that you get paid when you're doing a deal, or how that you ensure someone else will get paid for that. The first one's really short and really simple, and the second one's more complex, has a bunch of terms and definitions. Depending on what you're doing, you'll pick the one that's the most appropriate for you. And sometimes you act as a third party putting 2 people together. My old mentor, Jay Abraham, calls that a toll keeper. We call it a joint venture broker. Joint venture broker contract is agreement number 6. So this is where you have different parties that you're helping to guarantee that helping to put them together to get results. And there's a simple joint venture broker contract in the agreements. Those are the first 6. Hope you find them as useful as I have over the years. Tomorrow, we're going to dig deep on the 2 complex ones, an asset purchase agreement and a full detailed joint venture agreement, the major document that we use most of the time for most of our serious partnerships. Until then, make it a great day.